So before we begin this episode, I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of a lowdown here. We're playing this on Comic Foil's console. It's his GameCube. And he has his records of his best stats on each hole, and as you can see, he actually did pretty well in most of these. The only one he went positive in is in Blooper Open.
Yeah, I never liked that one as much.
And...
Oh!
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh, this... I'm not looking forward to this.
I am. So, Oscar, could you just go ahead and beat Bowser Championship for me, please? Could you just do that?
Get over here!
What's up, everybody? The Green Scorpion here with...
The Comic Foil.
And welcome to the finale of Let's Play Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. And if that little preview was anything, any hint as to what this is going to be...
Beware.
I don't look forward to this.
Be afraid, be very afraid. Are you looking at this windy hole here?
What? This is only the first... Oh my god.
You seeing this?
Oh,
you start
dear.
Way down there and the hole is way up there.
Okay, I don't look forward to this at all.
Well, you gotta hit it that way and then hit it back this way.
I love the fact that the markers are potobos.
Yep.
That's not are those potobos?
I think so.
Like, they're the little flames that go up from, like, the lava in, like, the original games.
Yeah, not to be confused with hot heads.
Right. Alright, so... This is gonna be a trial and a half, and we're gonna be answering questions during all this? Oh, boy.
Yep. So,
This is gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna keep you on your toes. So, I will be giving you the most intense of questions that I could find.
Oh.
Not really,
Oh,
but...
why are you doing this to me? Alright then, first question, lay it on me.
For the first question, we have from Typo. What is your least favorite film?
Least favorite film?
Least favorite film. Most hated movie. Most despised piece of cinema. Most abhorred cellular sequence.
I'm trying to think, actually. I don't actually know.
I mean, even if you can't get, like, your absolute worst, like, movie you hate.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to think of a movie that I legitimately did not enjoy at all.
Because you're gonna be angry in this course. I thought I'd, like, start you off.
No, that's a good one. I remember one time, my first girlfriend, we went to the movies and she really wanted to see this one movie.
Okay.
And I did not want to see it because it was a horror movie.
Okay.
And not only did it not scare me all that much, I mean, it scared me at points, but not all that much, it was a legitimate terrible movie. It was the movie to Silent Hill 2.
Oh. Huh.
It was, I mean, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but one, I don't do horror. And
okay.
Two, ugh.
Is it bad?
Let's just say,
is
okay,
it a bad movie?
okay, you know those nurse enemies from Silent Hill 2?
Well, I'm slowly learning about them in a Let's Play I'm currently running.
Yes, and like anytime like you move or like they hear noise, they move and they move in this really grotesque fashion, and they have like this really like petrifying and absolutely nightmarish sound that they make.
Haven't seen them yet. I'm gonna have to take your word for it.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Off to a good start.
Wow.
All right.
Despite my best efforts, you are doing well.
Okay then. Now, the thing is,
okay,
in the movie, they are similar, but they are scantily clad, and the noise they make is basically the sound of a woman having sex.
Okay.
And I was like, what gave him the idea that this was a good decision? But that's just one example, obviously, but the movie was just bad. It just wasn't good at all. Oh, hi, Boo. That's a little scary. The initial view of those boos just floating there
yep.
scared me a little bit.
Just watching.
Ugh. Okay, that gives me a good consensus as to what this hole's gonna be all about. Okay, it's all the way over there, jeez. I'm not thinking that. Okay, so we're gonna go over here.
Well, I guess the idea of that comes from,
I honestly, though, I don't think that's, like, my least favorite movie, but that's one that immediately comes to mind. The thing is, like, I can't... It's like... It's like a question in a previous episode where we were like, "What's your least favorite franchise?" Can't really determine it, like because least favorite is harder to determine than favorite.
I can think of a lot of superhero movies that like have made me very angry, especially recent ones.
Give me an example.
Well, Batman v Superman, which
Thank goodness for that top spin.
So guys, I like DC, alright? I'm not just like a Marvel boy, okay?
Yeah.
But Batman v Superman is terrible.
It was not a good movie.
But it's so terrible that I kind of had fun watching it and thinking about how it was terrible. And same thing with Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad, like, okay, I watched Suicide Squad. I
have problems.
It didn't do it for me.
I have big problems.
It really didn't do it for me,
Probably
not
because
lie.
it's a terrible movie.
I wanted to like it. I really did. It just wasn't doing it at all, unfortunately.
You know what movie I really don't like, actually?
What?
Disney's Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah, I wasn't big on that one. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either.
Because, like, I even think there were good ideas in there, but I just hate everything about the presentation of that movie.
Yeah.
Everything's so, like, hyperactive.
I like the genetically enhanced frogs.
See, I didn't. It's the most...
The thing is, it was such an asinine idea, but for some reason, like, okay, here's the thing. I didn't like the idea and how it was presented, but...
It's OMG random, the movie.
It basically is. And, not gonna lie, the fact that they were basically... a bunch of frogs that were playing music and dancing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It awoke that little child, like that childhood memory in me of watching that frog that goes, "Hello, my baby, hello, my honey," from
hello, my
Looney
honey.
Tunes, and I was like, okay, I kind of like this. I kind of like this. This movie's not that great, but I kind of like this.
Like, the frogs are conceptually cool. It's a cool thing.
Exactly.
Like, everything in that movie is, like...
Why?
Everything in that movie gets so little time and is so unconnected with each other that you don't have time to even enjoy the things that would be good about it. And that makes me hate that those things are in the movie.
I can see that, yeah. Oh my god, this course!
There's 2 doorbells on the front door, and there's a guy in each potted plant who and each of them try to get visitors to ring their doorbell. And that's, like, really funny. But there's, like, no... We don't do anything with the characters. We don't even... It's like a one-time gag, and it doesn't matter. And, like, it's supposed to be this, like, family dynamic that he's finding a new family, but, like, let's not spend any time on any of them.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And the whole thing is based around this time travel thing that he can actually stop at any moment by just saying, "I won't invent the hat."
Whew, okay. I almost got a bogey in there. Ooh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that's on it. Like, I'm sorry I couldn't, like, give a tried and true answer to it, but that's the best I can come up with right now.
You're too positive a guy, Oscar.
Yeah, I'm pretty naive, I'm not gonna lie. I get that,
I meant that kind of as a compliment, though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, though, there were points where I questioned my own naivete at points, but that's a subject for another time.
Okay, would you like another subject for this time?
Let's go.
Okay, this one's gonna come to us from,
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious, I have another question for you. Oh, the game.
Nice one. Alright, move on.
This one comes from, Ekamak. I was never quite sure how to pronounce your name. Sorry.
He's one of my patrons.
I know, we've talked a lot in the comments, but I'm never really sure how to pronounce your username. Sorry.
I always thought it was Ekamak.
Okay, Ekamak.
Oh, Jesus! Okay, that's a little freaky!
Also, don't hit the bob-ombs.
Are you serious?
They
explode.
They are not just for show.
Oh my god. What? Oh, good lord. Are you kidding me now? Are you actually serious right now?
I am.
Okay.
So, Ekamak...
It doesn't help that,
Yeah?
It doesn't help that, like, the wind is, pointing me
is
towards...
pushing you faithfully towards the bob-omb.
Oh my god, really?
So you can drown or you can blow up.
Wait a second. Does the boo force... Does the boo... Like, because look at this. The boo slows it down.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you kidding me?
I think it dampens. This would be a good time to have, like, a curve shot character, actually. Okay. Yeah, you can work something with that.
Oh my god, this is gonna be insane. This is gonna be a weird shot, but I'm gonna go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna let you take the shot.
Okay, yeah.
Go
Please. Okay.
Bop.
Nice shot.
It hit the boo. The boo knocked it off its trajectory a little bit, but you still got on the green, man.
Okay.
You did it! Even if you don't get this birdie, you're like, that was great.
Thank you.
You should be proud.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Par's fine. Par is fine. Par is good. Next question.
The record to beat is plus 34, so...
Yeah, I think I'm okay so far.
You're also better at this game than me. So, sorry, Ekamac, for keeping you on hold there. Says, I know that you guys love the Fire Emblem series. Are there other strategy RPGs that you enjoy, like Valkyria Chronicles or Disgaea?
Let me do a little bit of... Not even shameless advertising, really, because it's me helping a guy out here. Comic Foil was playing Shining Force
on his
channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, Comic Foil was playing Shining Force on his channel, and it's actually a pretty good watch. But yeah, like, he and I both have expressed that we both like Shining Force.
Yeah.
Another one, there's this one really weird game on, it's actually on the Nintendo 3DS shop channel.
Yeah.
It's called the Mercenary Saga. It's basically a really, really dumbed down version of, like, Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay.
And yeah, it's not great, but it's not terrible. It's one of those good time wasters, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of which, I know you like Final Fantasy Tactics.
I do love Final Fantasy Tactics. That's definitely another one. I do like Advanced Wars a lot.
Yeah, Advanced Wars.
Advanced Wars is a fantastic one.
I've never played Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, I recommend it. I think it's really good.
I really want to play Valkyria Chronicles.
Yeah, I have not played Valkyria Chronicles. I hear from other people that it's also pretty good. Aside from that, a couple of others, actually not even, I think those are the main ones that I actually really like in terms of, like, strategy RPG.
Another weird one, but Codename Steam.
Yeah, I have not played that game yet, I got to.
It's got its issues, but...
Okay, Fringe. Fringe is fine,
If you're really into... Well, no, because that doesn't really have RPG elements, though, is the only thing. But it is a, like, grid-based strategy game.
Right.
But characters don't level up in it. But you can choose your group for each mission and stuff like that.
So yeah, the main two, other than Fire Emblem, for me personally, are Final Fantasy Tactics and Advanced Wars. And then there's Comic Foil, who's a little more into Shining Force than I am.
I've only played the first game, to be fair.
So have I. But
yeah.
We both have played it. And we both do appreciate it for what it is. Like, it... Are you serious?
Yeah, once.
Please don't tell me that if the ball goes under one of them, then that it's going to smush it.
There's only one way to find out.
I'm not testing that!
But what about science, Oscar?
See, the difference here is that the pipe, if it was a success, would be a help to me. This, I'm testing something that could potentially make me fail.
Isaac Newton once said, "If I have seen further than any other man, it is because I sit atop the shoulders of giants." And he was able to get on their shoulders because those giants were smushed into the ground by thwomps. You have to contribute to progress. You need to find out.
I'm going to just take this shot.
Okay.
With a super top spin. Next question.
Alright, this one comes from Nita Shinori 12. Have you ever tried doing a Nuzlocke run of any Pokemon game?
I have, and I chose the absolute worst game to Nuzlocke. Heart Gold. Here's the thing, guys.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun Nuzlocking that game. Never managed to complete it, mind you. Because that game is freaking hard!
Especially in a Nuzlocke format.
Oh my lord. I had a lot of fun, and I had plenty of Pokemon at my disposal, because there's a lot, like... There's plenty of Pokemon in that game I can use. The problem is, yeah, it's kind of a pain to Nuzlocke because it's a really, really hard game.
In case anybody doesn't know, a Nuzlocke is playing a Pokemon game with no resets and permadeath. If a Pokemon gets knocked out, you release it into the wild.
Yes, that's pretty much it. And
so you treat all Pokemon like they have one life. It's life or death Pokemon.
Pretty much. Rabbit Luigi recently did a Nuzlocke run of Japanese Pokemon Green.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Kudos to him for actually managing to pull it off. But
there's also all these extra rule sets, like there's like wedlocks and egglocks and stuff like that.
yeah, it's really weird. Whew! Managed to salvage that one. But yeah, like, what was I gonna say? I tried to Nuzlocke Heart Gold, but I never managed to complete it because, here's the thing. I don't like grinding. And that game is very grindy if you want to actually beat it in the first place. With Nuzlocke, it's a nightmare.
I remember you playing that, and I feel like at one point then, like, you had beaten all the gym leaders, or maybe you hadn't, I don't know, and you were just kind of like, I'm not having fun.
Yeah, it got to the point where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I really don't. Which is a shame too, because like I wanted to accomplish it, I just never managed to do so. And eventually I went around to restarting the game, thanks to my friend Tony in unlocking Giratina. In the Arceus event.
Okay, he set up the event for you.
Yeah, he set up the event for me because he had an Arceus on his copy,
okay.
So he traded it to me so I could do it.
So you got the Giratina egg and you did like a Giratina run of the game?
Basically.
Like Giratina was your starter?
Uh-huh. I mean, it wasn't because I had Totodile for that run, but no, having a level 1 Giratina and slowly building it up was actually a lot of fun. Not gonna lie. Giratina is arguably my favorite legendary in the series, but I suppose that's another subject.
I really like doing Nuzlocks. I've had 2 successful ones.
Uh-huh.
It was... One of them was of Leaf Green, and one of them was of Ruby. These are the GBA versions.
Right.
And both of them, like, really came down to the wire at the Elite Four. And
I remember you talking
really
about that
stories.
Ponyta.
Yep.
Yes! Ponyta was actually your saving grace.
I had to take a Ponyta into the Elite Four because I just didn't have any other Pokemon left that, like, were good. Mm-hmm. So all my Pokemon were around, like, mid-50s, and then I had this Ponyta at, like, level 30-something. So I'm like...
I'm surprised you didn't grind it out.
Well, here's the thing. I was grinding at Victory Road, and I kept losing Pokemon while grinding because of exploding Gravelers and stuff. So finally, I was just like, screw this. I think the rest of my team is good enough. Like, no guts, no glory. Let's go in. And I lost 2 of my Pokemon getting up to the Elite Four, but eventually through experience share... I had experience share equipped to Ponyta.
So you eventually evolved it into a Rapidash.
It evolved into Rapidash pretty quick. So I got to fighting. So I was fighting Blue, and it came down to he had his Venusaur out. Okay, I still had my Blastoise, but like basically everybody was like on the ropes. Like nobody was going to really survive a hit against this Venusaur, and my only hope was like.
Rapidash.
Okay, I'm gonna throw Rapidash out. Venusaur is at level 60, Rapidash is at level 40. And I'm just like, okay, maybe do a little bit of damage, whatever. Like, I just gotta, like, hope against hope that I could do some damage to this, because Venusaur would easily knock out any of the rest of my Pokemon.
Right.
My Rapidash is slower because it's at such a low level, so I just, like, okay, fine, whatever, Fire Blast. Like, just give it all you got. And... Blue, the dumb idiot, uses his turn to have Venusaur use Sunny Day. And Rapidash wrecks this Venusaur.
Trainer AI! Woo!
And that is how I beat my Leaf Green Nuzlocke.
That is awesome.
With 4 very injured Pokemon left.
And a Rapidash.
Yeah.
Was it injured at all?
No, that one was fine because it wouldn't have been able to take a single hit.
Right. So it wasn't necessarily injured, it was just very weak. Oh, good lord.
So it was... Fate. Arceus smiled on me that day.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Rain, lava, bombs. I have to shoot it into Bowser's mouth. This course, man!
Also, my Ruby Nuzlocke, I came down to only having 1 Pokemon left, and it was Crawdon. But I made it.
Nice. Whew. Alright, that was a good question. I like that one. I might try Nuzlocking again someday, but as of right now, it's just not in the cards for me. But, again, that's just me. Next question.
Okay, this one's gonna come to us from Drawboy66, who wants to know, do you love or loathe Crystal from Star Fox? The character Crystal.
The
First
character
appearing in Star Fox Adventures.
The character Crystal?
Yeah.
Indifferent.
Indifferent.
Yes. I don't love her because, again, like, for the same reason a lot of people don't really like her at all. It's because, like, you know, her role in the game just didn't really...
They didn't write a character.
It didn't do her justice at all.
She doesn't do anything.
But I don't mind the character. Here's the thing. I acknowledge the character's existence. Like, think of that what you will, but I honestly don't mind her. I don't mind her existence. I don't mind that she's around. The main thing about it is that I feel she might have potential for something in the future of Star Fox, although that's looking rather...
If there even is a future of Star Fox.
Yeah, like I was just about to say, that's looking rather grim right now. That being said...
I gotta play Star Fox Zero. I bet I could get the hang of it.
Yeah, but like I said, like, I don't mind Crystal. She's not the greatest of characters, but she's not a terrible character. She just happened to not, like...
Now there's Rain, so you're really gonna want to overshoot this.
Yeah, you're right.
Somehow Rain is getting into this cave. Nice.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yep, founded it.
You saved me there, because I would have not hit it that hard if otherwise. Yeah, that's weird.
I got your back.
Alrighty then. But yeah, like, I don't mind Crystal, but...
I feel like they didn't even try.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
That's the problem.
They, like, threw her in.
Concept-wise, she's an okay character, but... Give me a little more, and maybe I'll like the character. Right now, though, she's just there.
I'm not against having a cool heroine in the group, and I'm not against Fox having a love interest or anything. You just didn't really utilize her.
Yeah, like, give us a little more, and then we'll talk.
It's interesting because you probably know this, but because Star Fox Adventures was originally Dinosaur Planet, being made by Rare, and it had two characters. And one of them was Crystal, and the other one was, I think, like a male tiger, or maybe he was a fox still. But, you know, Miyamoto saw it and decided, like, hey, why don't you make this a Star Fox game and tie it into that universe? And because of that being retooled around it, Crystal, who was going to be one of the two playable characters throughout the entire game, instead got dampened.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because... like, the first mission, the beginning of the game, when it's her with the staff, like, that was supposed to be her playstyle for the entire game.
And they gave it to Fox instead.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a shame.
So, I feel like Crystal kind of got cheated.
She kind of did. And I guess that's part of the reason why I don't mind her too much.
Yeah. I thought Crystal would have made an okay addition to Super Smash Bros.
I think so, too. Like, give her moves utilizing that staff.
Yeah.
And maybe we can actually have a character that uses something other than a sword.
Yeah.
I don't mind the swords in Smash Brothers, I really don't, but really, this is part of the reason why I really, really like Palutena, because she actually uses a damn staff.
Oh, you got some hammers in there. Well, no, they took out Ice Climber, so you only have one hammer.
Yeah, DDD.
DDD, and Kirby has one in there.
Kirby has one, but it's a special.
Yeah, he has it in the kit.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, kudos to getting Bayonetta in there, because we actually have a character that uses guns. I mean, yes, there is Fox and Falco, but they're not gunslingers like she is. I appreciate that, the hole being on the clown car. But this is only hole 11. Goodness gracious. Alright, next question.
Yeah, we're whizzing by them much faster than usual. So this one comes from Link the Sniper. The Persona series. Your opinions and or thoughts.
I love the Persona series. Like, Personas 1 and 2, like, the first Personas before 3, I couldn't really get into, only because the gameplay was... it was boring to watch, frankly. It's kind of weird, but, like, it just didn't really do it for me as much as I would have liked. In addition, compared to Persona 3 and 4, which I played beforehand, did it a lot more for me. Oh, please don't go behind, Jesus. Anyway, but yeah, I do love the Persona series. A couple of my favorite characters are Chie Satonaka and Akihiko Sanada. Overall, I think the franchise is great, and speaking of which, I do look forward to Persona 5 with much anticipation.
Persona always seemed pretty cool. I've never played any of the games, though. I never like had Sony consoles while they were current. Mm-hmm. So
I do recommend them, especially if like if you're looking for a really good narrative.
Yeah.
That's one thing I will praise Atlas. That's one thing I will praise Atlas for. Their games are well written.
I was talking to Greg, Tales of Solgalo.
Yeah.
Solgalo, sorry, and he's a huge Persona fan, and he's always telling me like you really got to try these games, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll pick up Persona 3 or Persona 4 and let's play it, and he was like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, don't let's play them. I will say this much: don't let's play them, because the thing is, a lot of the charm that comes from those games are the characters, and
it's gonna be a lot of reading.
It's got oh yes.
I like reading,
yes.
but I see how it would not make a good Let's Play.
It really isn't, like,
unless somebody was really good at Let's Play.
Yes, Josh Jepson did a Let's Play of Persona 4, and it was actually pretty decent to watch, and oh, that is a bad position.
Yikes. For me, doing a blind run-through of it, it would be a super clunky playthrough, I imagine.
Yes, unfortunately. Not saying that you couldn't do it, but again, you're gonna run into the basic issue of it's a lot of reading, a lot of characters speaking. Where's my input here? Is pretty much what's gonna happen, unfortunately. But again, like, it's, really, like, that's a game you want to play first. It's not a game you want to Let's Play blind.
Yeah.
Especially given what you gotta do in order to play the game well. Because, if you don't know what path to take in that game, you could screw yourself. At least, screw yourself out of like a good ending. And what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, here's a question. What?